we spoke with Mrs. Kathy McDonald and her team over at the transportation office, and we were kind of looking at some of the opportunities the district would have, potentially increase the improve the experience for our parents. And one of the topics that we had looked at is finding ways to track the busing systems for parents so they can see where the bus is at any moment of time. We can track students entering and leaving the bus, they call it turnstile. And you know, for obvious reasons, that would bring some significant utility to the parents. What we learned was that our fleet here, we have 74 buses in our fleet, and they are equipped with GPS tracking services that help, you know, our administration find out what's going on at all times for purposes of student safety and efficiency. These bus tracking systems obviously rely on GPS services. So the first question that they ask when surveying various companies is what current GPS systems do you have? Because what we've learned is the user is the parent. What they do is they download an app, and there's a lot of different companies that can do this, but they download an app and it syncs up with our fleet, which then can push information out to the parents. There is an administrative governance to this, obviously, to help keep the information updated and flowing. The need of the tracking company is to tap into our existing or non-existing GPS systems. As I mentioned, we do have a GPS system equipped in our transportation vehicles, and the organization that we use is called Zonar. The organizations that we have been dealing with, primarily the ones that are the leaders in the industry, the first question they always ask is, well, we have to find out immediately if we can mesh with your GPS systems, and that's something that they can't answer over the phone or through a pitch. Basically, the challenge that a lot of these companies have is that the firmware or the app or the parent side of it updates so frequently. Sometimes the GPS hardware doesn't always mesh. So there's a significant amount of oversight and governance, and that was kind of the minutia of what we were looking at as far as the practicality of it. There is a cost associated with this service, and the prevailing about average cost that we've learned most of these companies offer is around $5,000 per month. And then obviously they want you to commit to a full year. You can go to a 10-month or a 12-month, and that's usually how they work. Obviously, all of these things can be deconstructed and looked at as a needs basis, but that's the general number you're looking at. So it comes to roughly a little over $50,000 a year as a potential expense for the district. It's tech driven. They did advise us that there would be probably some support from our technology staff regularly to help, you know, to help service this. But it is something that is used in smaller districts and in municipal or urban districts on occasion when there's more public busing and things like that. They did express some challenges with the square mileage that Monroe is, and you know, kind of the various variables that can sometimes impact our day to day. But you know, it is a software that is used. I know a lot of college campuses use it, resorts use it, and there are many companies that have now tapped into this market as GPS technology has become more readily accessible to individuals and school districts. So that is where it's at. There are smaller companies that I'm sure we could look at that could offer us maybe more niche products, but you know, that could, you know, there obviously comes some challenges of technology and support systems and things like that. So that's what we would have to decide is if this is something that we want to look at. You know, in the discussion with the transportation department, we would look at cost feasibility and whether or not this is something that the district feels is important and prioritized. But I think it's important for the community to know that we are looking at this as an option.